It's tough. See, I think what happened is I put on the Mr. Robinson's like sweater, and then I wanted to counter that with an attitude that was militant. Lindsey Graham, they're saying he may lose. He may lose. He may be on the precipice of getting his ass kicked out of office. Now, I'm not sorry at all for it. I find it hilarious listening to Lindsey Graham crying.
My opponent will raise almost $100 million, Ainsley, in the state of South Carolina. The most money ever spent in the history of the state on a Senate race was by me in 2014 when I spent $13 million. He raised $6 million from the time Justice Ginsburg passed away within 72 hours. And God bless Justice Ginsburg. We're celebrating her life. I appreciate waiting to Saturday to announce the replacement. But I'm being killed financially. This money is because they hate my guts.
First of all, we're not even sure if the numbers are right that he's spewing out. It wasn't immediately clear what figure Graham was referring to, given that Harrison has raised just over $28 million as of last Federal Election Commission filings in June, compared to Graham's $29 million. So I'm a little confused, Lindsey, in a tizzy or frenzy, Lindsey. Where are you getting these numbers from? Is that how much he raised? I don't know. Now, anybody who's not familiar, Jaime Harrison, he also ran for the DNC chair. That's where I became aware of him. I don't know much about him. I don't even want to look because I've seen some people kind of cheering for him. And I'm like, oh no. You know, like if they're cheering for him, I've seen them on like MSNBC. I've seen them like on CNN or something, or CBS. I saw him several places that a real disruptor, which is what we need. We need disruptors, wouldn't really get airtime. So the fact that I'm seeing Jaime Harrison on these platforms getting asked softball questions, and it's been that way for a year, makes me think maybe Jamie's not the most progressive candidate. But I'm going to leave that there for right now. I'm going to leave that there because Lindsey Graham is so rotten. I mean, it's the same guy we got him did the right saying, hey, you know, the Democrats need to, they should not appoint anybody, and if their last year's service, they would find it would be of bad manners and bad democracy for a Democrat to try to usher in a Supreme Court pick in their last year. In fact, you can quote me on this. When it's reverse situation, I would do the same thing. And anybody who would be running, just shut up, Lindsey. At the end of the day, Lindsey Graham is very much willing to lie to your face to support Donald Trump. And so that's a problem. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not just Lindsey Graham. But it is a problem. And for that, I would like to see him go also, Lindsey Graham, you weren't complaining when it was you outraising your opponents. I mean, come on, the Republicans wrote the book on outraising opponents. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you do. That's how you got in. And there's also something else. Now, anybody who doesn't know, Jaime Harrison is a black man, okay? And something happened. Something happened during this. You know how campaigns get contentious and they're fighting to win. And Lindsey Graham's like, oh, shit, I can't lose this guy. And Harrison's like, get him, I'm going to get him. And then I ran across this. So there goes Jaime Harrison. Look at the title here. Lindsey Graham's campaign admits to using artistic effect to darken Jaime Harrison's skin. Uh-oh. Somebody is a bigot. Somebody is a piece of garbage. And I didn't know that maybe it would be me who was a piece of garbage. A piece of garbage. Yes, we did darken his skin complexion, but what black is beautiful, so we just made him more beautiful because we made him blacker. And I see nothing wrong with making a black man blacker. I like blacks. And blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. So he's got a lot of sweet juice right there. My fellow South Carolinians are probably very enticed by his blackness. We just blackened him up a little. So, see, I don't know anything about Jaime Harrison, really, okay? I know that he's probably a moderate, not going to really shake things up, type of Democrat. And I would prefer to be a progressive, but to have Lindsey Graham on the outside looking in, yeah, I'd like that to happen. The same way I wanted Mitch McConnell to leave, not equating Booker to Harrison, but I wanted McConnell out. We couldn't get him out. Instead, we had to run McCarthy because too many milquetoast Democrats wanted McCarthy instead of Booker, who actually had a chance. Back to Lindsey Graham. Listen, but Lindsey Graham, your people, they admit that they did use artistic effect, which was lowering the contrast or raising the contrast and dropping the whites and raising the blacks on the image of Jaime. That's horrible. That just goes to show you're a bunch of bigots. So you were worried about Jaime for a while because that's not a new article. When was this article? I forget what the article was. July. July. I think I actually heard Nina Turner and Cori Bush discuss it right after Cori Bush won her Democratic race in Missouri. So that's what hit me to it because I had no idea. That a folksy guy like Lindsey Graham would play such dirty pool. Actually, it's kind of run of the mill. It's kind of what they do. They did the same thing to Cori Bush. But in Missouri, what's his name? Clancy, whatever his name is. He went after a black woman, and he's black. He darkened the black woman. So it's not just white guys to do it. We got sellout black guys, too, that play the race, stereotypes, class. That's what he did. He tried to use that on Cori Bush. I didn't know about it. I wish somebody would have told me. Back to Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham is upset in that video. He seems to be worried that he could lose. And we know we've been hearing these mumblings, these talks. I've been seeing articles like that, like this one. Like this one. Could Lindsey Graham actually lose his seat? I think this is out of slate. Here's my thing. Let me do this and we'll get out, okay? Here's my thing. I'm not so sure that what's happening with Lindsey Graham is authentic. Because nothing about Lindsey Graham is authentic. You understand what I'm saying? What if Lindsey Graham is pretending to be worried? He's pretending that Jaime Harrison poses this huge threat. Oh, no, we got a scary black man. A scary black's coming over the horizon. Let me do my best Clay Aiken imitation. It's coming over the horizon. I'm really worried. And what it does is it woos certain people into a false, it lulls them to sleep, sort of. Oh, they're thinking, Jamie's got this. Jamie's got it. You know what I'm saying? This will be good, yeah. And then you lose focus. Focus is lost because you think Lindsey's beat, and he's not beat. They will throw money. This is a Senate race. Do not get overconfident by the crocodile tears of Clay Aiken's older brother, okay? Don't do it. You know? Matthew McConaughey, dad. Do not be fooled by his ass. He right there. Count money, okay? Know that Lindsey Graham is counting money, please. And you thought darkening your picture was the worst he's going to go? He'll go a lot worse than that. I expect him to go back in time, to rent a time machine, put a child or a dead hooker in your bed, and then take a picture, jump back in the time machine, come to the present date, and then release it on the internet. That's how bad Lindsey Graham wants to win, and that's how far he'll go. And don't tell me it can't be done. It's what they did to Joy Reid. And she got a show out of it. Whew. I'd kill me. I do declare. Look, I'm sure Jamie doesn't believe in Medicare for all, or jobs guarantee or federal jobs guarantee, or because if he did, he wouldn't have been on the Rachel Maddow show. I saw he was on the Rachel Maddow show, and I know that she's not going to bring people. She's not going to bring change makers on. So I'm shudder to think what policies Jamie has, but Lindsey sucks. Probably worse. The greater of two evils. You know what? There's people that got to live in South Carolina. I know we do this, and the greater of two evils. I understand. So we just don't do nothing. We just go home. Now, this is Senate race. I hear you for the general, but, presidential election, I get it. But people need to be active and involved. It matters. Local politicians and state level, that matters, man. Don't just give me that, well, doesn't, just sit it out or just vote for this pen. This is a good pen. I'd write this pen in if I, no. I bet you, South Carolina, Jamie, I bet he's friends with Clyburn. That's what it is, damn it. I know Joe. And Joe knows us. And I'll beat your ass if you don't vote for him. You dumb blacks, I'll beat you all up. Would you beat up special interest groups? I'm not beating up special interest groups, but I'll beat you up. Come on. Now I need you to fight poverty. I need you to fight neoliberalism. I fight myself. I can't fight myself. I complain that I can't succeed in this business. I complain sometimes. I shouldn't. I had too much fun disrupting and deterring people, disrupting them. I should not have a right to complain this way I do these things. Who else is saying anything? All the other people that would talk about Jim Clyburn, honestly, about the $1 million worth of pharmaceutical money, is me and Candace Owens. So there you go. Lindsey Graham, we're not feeling sorry for this guy at all. He needs to go. Him and Mitch McConnell leave. Thank you. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, all of them can go. Lindsey, this is your turn to go. And I was pretty much done with this clip until someone sent me this clip of Elizabeth Warren.
After the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, there's a sort of open question about, okay, well, what now? And relatively short order, it looked like Mitch McConnell assembled the votes he needed to move forward. Lindsey Graham has assured us that, sight unseen, the nominee has the votes. And then the question, you're shaking your head. By
the way, giving a new meaning to the word advice and consent.
Yes, exactly.
The Constitution of the United States requires. Right. Lindsey Graham has simply said, Donald Trump has my proxy on this. Senate doesn't need to look at it. If the president's good, Lindsey Graham is good. Man, there's a man with a spine kept in a box somewhere else, because he certainly doesn't have it to exercise for himself.
Whoa! You calling someone spineless? Oh, God. Elizabeth Warren, you have not the room to talk about spine or not having spine. Who on her staff came up with this idea that this was a good joke for her? Elizabeth Warren needs to run as far away as possible from anything relating to spine or courage or guts or ethics. Real talk. You caved in under Hillary Clinton. You caved in again for Joe Biden. You threw Bernie under the bus. You didn't stand up for the against the No DAPL, Dakota Access Pipeline. You didn't stand up against the DNC. You don't stand up. And even after all of that, staying in the race to pull votes from Bernie, at the end of the day, you end up with nothing. And no one is afraid of you No one fears you. No one thinks that you're tough. I will fight for it. We're going to fight. I'm a fighter. Yes, you are. In your dreams, you're a fighter. You're like one of those puppy memes where the dog's fighting in his dream. His legs are moving, but there's nothing going on. Listening to Elizabeth Warren trying to bring Lindsey Graham down a peg or two using on the backdrop of he doesn't have courage is a bridge too far. It almost makes people want to like Lindsey Graham. Elizabeth Warren. Shh. Shh. What I told you about talking.